to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We got a great episode for y'all today. It's Friday, man. I got my boy Tomo here, but before I bring Tomo to the stage, I know the drill. I had to tell y'all what we're talking about today. Number one, we got three teams, I should say, we're going to focus on. The Eagles, they play the Giants. The Bengals, they play the Browns. The Jets, they play the Steelers. We're going to talk about if they win, what does it say? And if they lose, what does it say? Me and Tom are going to talk about that. After that, we got Carl, Mr. CTC himself, coming on the show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Carl Talking College. We're going to dish some college questions off to him, right? We're going to ask him. Travis Hunter, he made a statement about Ashton Genty for the Heisman Trophy. Carl's going to respond to that. Shedeur Sanders, is he the top prospect QB going into this draft? Carl is going to address that. And lastly, which team is more likely to win their conference? Texas, shout out to Texas, or the U, Miami? Carl's going to address that. And lastly, we got quick news. We got to talk about this WNBA Finals. But I got my boy, Mr. Get Done Son, co-host of In the Red Corner, representing his Washington Wizards, as you can say. He's also a Cowboy fan, if you ain't know. My boy Tomo, how you doing, man?
I had to take a sip, I'm on a bye week, so that's why I got the shades on. I don't have to worry about the Cowboys going out there and losing this weekend, so I am doing good. And I want to say shout out to my boy Joe for the background, man. It was bringing back so many playoff memories when the Wizards used to be good. But other than that, man, I'm doing all right. I'm ready to see what CTC got to say about some of these teams, and I'm waiting to see what you got to say about a few of these games also, Joe. So how are you? I know you're in first place and all that good stuff, but how are you?
Thank you. Because I forgot to say that. I'm first place, Joe. First place in the NFC East. If you're wondering why I got these shades on, because I don't have my team in the background, I'm a Washington Commanders fan, and JD5 we trust. But I'm doing good. We got the Panthers this weekend. Daryl Green is retiring. We're retiring his jersey this weekend. Some people got us losing that game. Multiple people. I can't wait to slaughter these dudes. And looking forward to have a great show. Oh, and a game of the week in college football. My team, Texas, play the Bulldogs. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Okay.
But it's Friday, Tomo. You know the drill. It's Friday. And for those who don't know, my boy Dave, he not here, but guess what, y'all? He will be here, God willing, next week. So y'all will see Dave again next week, but he's not here right now. It's Friday. We got to turn up one time for my man Dave. Go ahead and turn up.
Turn me up. Up.
Hopefully y'all heard me good because my microphone was all the way over there. All right. So look. We are streaming this on two platforms. We are streaming this on YouTube and Facebook. So make sure y'all like the video on both of the platforms. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can find us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports. But on Twitter, aka X, you can find us at R2L Sports. So make sure you follow and subscribe and share this video with a sports fan, so they could come, college football fan, NFL, WNBA. We cover almost everything today. Yep. So they can come on and watch live with you, and they can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
And I would say the floor is mine, but I might need to put these shades back on because we got to talk about a team that I definitely clowned. I clowned this team. Hold on, let me go back here. I got to do my. I clowned this team. I can't even look at what I'm about to say because we got to recap that Thursday night game right quick. And we're going to do something that you all. We've been doing a lot of revamps to the show lately. So it's called like quick reaction. So we're going to do a quick reaction because my reaction going to be very quick talking about Bo Nix. The Broncos versus the Saints. Big Peyton bag, as some people would say it. I heard the James Brown plan from the locker room. 33-10 is what they did to them Saints. And Sean Payton was on the sideline saying, like, I bet you miss me now. Joe, Thursday night game, another one with over 30 points scored. I did not expect the Broncos to do this, but what was your reaction to that game?
Shout out to the Denver Broncos. I know we had a topic and said, can they lead them to the playoffs? And I said before the season, no, but as of right now, this was like 3 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, because the AFC East isn't strong. The AFC isn't strong right now, and this defense is playing very well. I know the Saints, they were undermanned like crazy. I mean, we talking about Chris Olave was out, Rashid he was out. They already don't have Derek Carr. Drew Brees was there. Like, what an embarrassment. He was there. The game was so bad, Tomo. They did a whole full-blown interview with Drew Brees during the game. Like, I feel like I was watching the Manning cast. Like, right when I was watching that. So, but kudos to the Broncos for getting the job done now. It was hard to watch this game. I'm not going to lie. It was very hard to watch this game. I think the highlight of the game was when Bo Nix had 3 guys wide open and literally threw it in between 2 wide open people. He missed both of them. Overthrew one and underthrew the other. And Dennis Allen, man, hot seat. So I gotta say, I know you're injury riddled, but they're gonna put you in a hot seat after this game. That was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny that you said that, Joe, because remember my one running line to my man Tyler, and I guess I'm gonna say Bibby too, but Bibby wasn't on the show, so he heard me say it though. Well, who you gonna throw the ball to? And when he had that one moment where he didn't throw it to anybody, I was like, "See, I told you, who he throwing the ball to? He's throwing it to the grass." But outside of that, what a difference a few weeks make, man. I'm gonna keep it quick on this one, but Saints went from being one of the best teams. You know what? I don't even know why I'm shocked. Anybody that whoops the Cowboys like that outside of Baltimore, they come back down to earth a few weeks later. I mean, maybe it's the injury. They talking about trading Alvin Kamara again. Remember, they weren't even trying to trade him at first. Now he back on the trade block. But again, injuries. And again, this team, they really let me down. I thought they was going to at least be decent in this division. I didn't know the injuries were going to hit them like that. But shout out to my boy, ex-Cowboy, Cedric Wilson. He got a touchdown. Now let's roll right into it. Go ahead.
Nah, let's get it, man.
Man, these Thursday night games, there we go. Because these Thursday night games ain't as bad as they used to be. I guess Amazon heard us. The angles on the camera is still bad.
Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know what it is. And who we got next week? Patriots and who? Patriots and Jaguars.
Right when I say that.
No, Patriots and Jaguars is this week. I'm tripping.
And right as soon as I say that, look who we get. All right, let's circle back into a game that's been having the NFL chat go crazy. We got our Giants fans showing up. We got our man Kev showing up. They going real for real. Now they going bar for bar. Blaze was like, I ain't got too much to say about it. And then AJ Brown came out and said, I guess he gonna unleash the beast. We got Eagles versus Giants. And I'm gonna start off by saying if the Eagles win says what? I feel like this topic is gonna be just like the Browns one. Depends on how they win. Because if you go out there and struggle against the Giants defense, who just lost Kayvon Thibodeau to IR because of the wrist injury, not saying that just depletes their whole defensive line. But again, you still got Eric Banks, and the secondary can be had. You got both your weapons back. You got your right tackle back, and this is going to be a coming home game. You already got your offensive lineman talking trash about how he don't want to play in that crappy stadium. But I don't think Saquon going to try to go for 200 yards. The GM didn't believe in me. He told me to go circle the block and come back. They took my bike when I ran around the corner. I ain't coming back. I'm going somewhere else. And that's what he did. So if they win, it says to me that they found a way to win. Like if they blow them out, I'm like, oh, this is the offense we've been waiting for. But if they struggle, I'm gonna still have more questions. Joe?
Yeah, because the Giants still got a good defense. I think that if they win, it has to be a not convincing win. They just have to look good. I mean, let's start with let me think. Score in the first quarter. Let's start with that. Right? If they score in the first quarter, Hurts limited turnovers, and they look good. They just got to look good. It's no stat I'm looking for really. When I watch this team, can I say, okay, they look like a threat? Or the Browns game, if I walk away feeling that way, it's like we're gonna go into the next week asking the same question. But they'll be 4-2 though. It'll be different. So I think that first one they gotta get a W, but like you said, it depends on how they look and they win.
So, what would a loss say?
Hold on, what would it say though?
A win. What would a win say?
A regular win would say they're 4-2. That's it. I mean, they're 4-2. But a win that looks good would say, okay, they got over their funk. You know, so that's what I would say.
But what would a loss say?
A loss, woo, that would be bad. I mean, a loss would say the Eagles aren't a really big threat. As of right now, that would be 0-1 in the division. The Giants already lost to us, lost to y'all, and they beat the Eagles. And don't forget, this is supposed to be the easy stretch. They got 4 quote-unquote easy games. And they dropped the second one, you know? So, and then it will continue the streak for Jalen Hurts. He'll be 1-6 in MetLife. So that's what a loss would do. It would say that the Eagles aren't a real threat.
Well, I'm gonna keep my answer quick. A loss would say
emotional damage.
Because that's what's gonna happen. The coaches is gonna be on you talking about a hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
After you just did that to the fans and you go out there and lose to the Giants. Yeah, Nick Sirianni, I don't know how you're gonna do a press conference after that one. And you have all your weapons, so there's no excuse. So it will be outside of Dallas Goedert, but you still got your number, you got your 1A and 1B. You got all your Batmans, like nah. And you got Saquon. You be all right.
Thing. Saquon. Yeah, they can't lose this time.
Nah. And they got to win convincingly for me because I can't keep coming on here saying they can't lose this game. Like it's starting to become a recurring theme with this team. But we're gonna move forward. We got Bengals and Browns, and it's kind of funny because we always talk about this one quarterback and how he play against the Browns. So we're gonna see if he can actually have a turnaround game. Joe, if a Bengal win says what?
A Bengals win say that here they come. And look, Bengals, they don't have to win pretty. They just gotta win. Like for real, they just have to win. Because their offense have been looking good all year. The issue has been the defense. Now the offense it looked pretty average against the Giants, but like I said, all year they've been pretty good. So then the Browns are their kryptonite. Joe Burrow has yet won in Cleveland. So that would be the first time he's ever won in Cleveland. So I think if the Bengals win, my mind would be like, okay, here comes the Bengal streak that we always see every year with Joe Burrow and his boys. So that's what it say for me.
Yeah, I definitely have to piggyback off of what you said on that one because they need this win. They need this win one for Joe Burrow because it's in Cleveland. He's starting to sound like LeBron before he got the ring out there. Like you got to find a way to win in Cleveland. I mean, technically Cincinnati is there, but you got to find a way to beat these Browns. You know what I mean? That's the state of Ohio. But at the end of the day, y'all know what I meant by that. Charge it to my mind and not my heart. Now, what does a Bengal law say? A Bengal law says your front office is ruining this team by itself. Now, I'm watching my front office find a way to go in the media and criticize the media folks without pointing the fingers at themselves, but your front office is literally doing it. You could have signed T. Higgins back. He would have been happy. You could have signed Jamar Chase. He would have came to all of the OTAs and participated in all of them. Granted, he's still balling out and finding ways to ball out, but you want your players happy. You gave them a new locker room, but you're not giving them the contracts they deserve. So a law says, here comes the tornado. Joe?
A loss, they might be done, son. I mean, they'll put them at 2-5 and 0-2 in the division. So this is kind of like a must win for the Bengals. They dug themselves too big of a hole. So I think this is just like last week. If they lose this game, their season might be over.
Well, yeah, no, I think it's gonna be over because the Browns 1-5 right now. So then they'll be tied with the Browns, and then the Browns will have the one up on them in the division. Yeah, nah. I don't think
tied with the Browns, nah.
Yeah, I don't think you want that one. I don't think you definitely want that one. I'm with you on that. They might be done, son. Now we got Jets. Wait a minute. I have a typo here because they're not playing the Browns.
Yeah, Steelers.
The Jets are playing the Steelers, who have a quarterback situation going on here.
Russ
However,
was starting.
he is.
George
Why?
Pickens said it.
He did give it away, didn't he?
Yeah. So
What's
this
up
is
with them and they wide receivers, right?
He's supposed to, we named the starter, but we're gonna keep it in house. You gonna keep it in house within over 100 people, bro?
Yeah, that's the new air house for these kids. What does a Jet win say, Joe?
A Jet one says, okay, this Avante Adams trade was really a good trade, and they probably make a run now. All right, they probably make a run. So I would say that, like, I think like the New York fan, but you recapture the New York fan base. They're excited again. The playoff hosts are back again. The media is gonna give them all the attention. Aaron Rodgers gonna get all the love. So it's gonna be bright days in New York if the Jets win.
Well, I mean, right now you got the Yankees and the Mets trying to fight for,
The Mets,
trying to make it to the World Series, and the Mets and Jets, they're both the mistake by the lakes when it comes to New York. They're the laughing stock franchises, but they're also, making plays happen. Shout out to BWT. Make sure y'all check that out on the network as well and subscribe. But what does a Jet win say for me? Aaron Rodgers gets what he wants. Like, that's what it's going to say. If it all works out, he gets what he wants. And the two other guys like Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard are going to be so happy because now they get this work next to one of the best receivers in the league. I know Mike Evans gives I think Mike Evans is in Devontae Adams' shadow as far as like how they play, but they get to work next to the best wide receiver in the league with one of the best quarterbacks. And I think that offensive line plays a little bit better too, just because he can get open quicker.
You said Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Oh,
I said he's in Devontae Adams' shadow. When people talk about best receivers in the league, a lot of people forget to say Mike Evans' name because the first name that comes to mind is Devontae Adams.
Yeah, come on, Mike Evans, Devontae is more of a route runner. When Mike Evans, he's like Mike Evans. They're two different types of receivers, but Mike Evans is consistent. He's been consistent his whole career.
Like Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin. We'll talk about that another day.
Okay.
I seen somebody backstage look up. Well, what does a Jet law say? A Jet law for me says Aaron Rodgers gets what he wants. This is what you get. You wanted to go out there. It's literally the same statement, but it can be twofold because it's you wanted this wide receiver, you wanted your offensive coordinator, you got everything you wanted, and we still can't win. So what does that say? It's not us, it's you. So it depends on basically. Well, I'm gonna say it depends on how they lose because we already know what the Steelers are dealing with. And we already know what the Jets defense is. So their defense should be able to help them win this game. But if they lose because the offense is still stagnant, Aaron Rodgers, you get what you want. Joe?
Yeah, Jets lost. They'll be 2-5. Same situation with the Bengals. The playoffs host will be dwindling because the Jets, I mean, their schedule ain't like a piece of cake. If I could pull it up real quick. I know we got to get Carl on real quick, but I mean, this is a big game right here. After that, they got the Patriots, and then they got the Texans. You know what I mean? So let's say they lose this game, they beat the Patriots, they go 3-5, then lose to the Texans, they go 3-6. Are we honestly gonna believe that they're gonna make a playoff run? And then on top of that, they schedule not even that hard for them. Now look at it. Dang, they got a little sweet schedule. They got to play the Dolphins twice. They got the Colts, the Cardinals. It's kind of like the hard, but I think this is a kind of a must win because it's a primetime game. The whole world's going to watch it. Devontae Adams' first game there. Russell Wilson's first start. So you telling me Russell Wilson comes in here and get his first win on the Jets? So, this game, they win, the fans going to be all the way up here. They lose, the fans going to be like, man, season over.
Stinking Jets.
It's like a make or break game for them for real because they lost that last one to the Bills.
That is true.
And the Bills play the Titans.
Yeah. And then if they lose this one, you said they got the Patriots next.
Patriots and Texans, but then they got the Jaguars.
But they beat the Patriots, so they like 1-1 in the division. I'm trying to think of their division record.
Yeah, but like if they lose and the Bills beat the Titans, and let's say they look good, that's gonna be a whole 3 games behind the Bills.
The Bills about to take this division, Joe, by default.
Yeah, I called it.
Yeah, by default. By default.
I mean, they 4-2. Look like another team I know that's good. 4-2.
Who? My Cowboys team on Madden?
You know, the Commanders, the Ravens.
Okay. I
You like
give
what
you
I
that
did
one.
there?
I see what you did there. Commanders first. I see who you named first though. But
Oh, you know.
speaking of Commanders and Ravens, we got to bring my boy CTC up. You know, he's a Ravens fan. CTC Carl. Where you at, Carl? I see you.
Good word, good word. Appreciate y'all, boys. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. You know, we got some couple topics I can't wait to get into.
Ooh.
There we go. So first things first, Carl. Tell the people where they can find your episode for those who don't know.
All right. So as they said, my show is called CTC, Carl Talking College. It is on YouTube. It's a part of the Refuse to Lose network. You can catch me all different times throughout the day, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't have a set time. I'm not like y'all. I'm not structured. It comes out when it comes out. Catch me if you can. I just did a Tony Bennett episode about him retiring last night. Me and Joe, 8:30 tonight. This is structured, so this is one of the few times I will have a structured show. 8:30 tonight. We will be talking about Texas, Georgia. But I do college football and college basketball, man. If you like the network, if you like what you see here, just check me out on CTC.
There we go. And with that being said, we're gonna roll right into one of the hottest topics right now. Colorado Buffs. Oh no, when I think of Buffs, I'm thinking of Detroit. My bad. I'm having flashbacks from that beatdown he gave us. The Buffaloes. Okay. Do you agree with Travis Hunter's statement about Ashton Genty? Now, basically, for those who don't know, he was on a podcast. He was on the RG. I think it was the RG3 Out of Pocket podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my man, hey RG3 man, we still waiting for you to call us back. I sent the message. You never replied. I sent the message. You never replied. I sent the message. I had to talk to Uma, but he was basically saying he should win the Heisman because he had 95 carries for 1,000 yards. If I had 95 catches, how many yards do you think I'd have? And the whole world was like, wait, whoa, what just happened here? So, Carl, I know you've been watching the Boise State Bluefield running back go crazy.
Since last year, might I add.
There you go. So, do you agree with the statement from Travis?
Absolutely not. And I want to start by saying this. This is the first time I did research coming onto the show in a long time. That's how much I wanted to be on the accurate. I wanted to be on this show. Let's start with this, right? I got Ashton Genty's stat line on the season so far. Not his total stat. I'm talking about game log. How does it sound to y'all? 20 carries, 267 yards, and 6 rushing touchdowns, right? That sounds like a great game, right?
Sound like a cowboy.
What if I told you he sat the second half of the fourth quarter?
Oh my gosh.
What if that's literally what happened. He sat the second half of the fourth quarter.
He outran the whole Cowboys running back room in the whole one game.
Keep running like that. Is you gonna be a Cowboy soon?
Well, it's Georgia Southern, Carl. That's a Sun Belt team. That's a Group of 5 team. Cool. Next week he plays Oregon. Now currently ranked second in the country. 25 carries, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Did they win that game?
They lost by 3.
Dang.
Boise State lost by 3 to Oregon. Let that sink in because of Genty. Right? Cool. Next game. This might sound like an average game. 11 carries, 127 yards. Average game, right?
For who?
What if I told you he sat out the whole second half?
What?
Sat out the whole second half against Portland State. Sat out the entire second half. Next game, Washington State. Still a Pac-12 school. The conference just really doesn't exist right now. They're getting back together. They got like 5-6 schools to join, but that's another topic. 26 carries, 259 yards, 4 touchdowns against Washington State.
He played the whole game?
He played the whole game.
Okay.
They won by like 21. Next game, Utah State. Average game, right? 13 carries, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. He sat the whole second half. He sat the entire second half. And the last game they just played against Hawaii, 31 carries, 217 yards, and a touchdown. 6 games, he has 17 rushing touchdowns, 18 total. He got 1 receiving touchdown.
And that game against Hawaii, I think he had like 100 or 95 like in the first quarter.
He broke I think a 50 or 60 yard run first play for a touchdown. And that's not the first time he did that this season.
That's great.
So that's just Ashton Genty's stat line, right? That's his game log for 6 games. He's currently at 1,247 rushing yards in 6 games and 17 rushing touchdowns in 6 games. Woo! Here's another thing I disagree with Travis. He said he had 95 carries for 1,000, right? That was before the Hawaii game. Imagine what I would do with 95 catches. bruh, you're not supposed to average the same yards per catch as a yard per carry for a running back. So if you average the same yards per catch as a running back averages yards per carry, that is immediately putting the running back at a higher standard. Ashton Genty is literally averaging a first down a carry. He's averaging 10 yards a carry. He was average. He made it seem like if I had 95, if you get 95 carries as a running back, you're automatically gonna have 1,000 yards. No, the golden standard for yards per carry is 4. If he had 100 carries, that puts you at 400 yards. He is blowing out the standard for a running back in college football this year. Right? You want to know the major stat behind all of this though with Ashton Genty? 0. No fumbles.
That's what I'm talking about.
No fumbles. Now,
beautiful.
Trav said we've seen good running backs before, which we have. We've seen Reggie Bush. I haven't seen Barry Sanders. I've seen highlights on YouTube and stuff, but Barry Sanders, who, by the way, he's on pace to break all those records, by the way. We've seen is it Ahman Green? Ahman Green's true, but that's not what I was thinking about.
Derrick Henry?
I was thinking about the running back from Wisconsin that won the Heisman. Not Monty. God, I can't remember his name. Was it Ron Dane? I think it was Ron Dane. We've seen guys who come through, right? But he said we haven't seen a two-way player like this. Well,
you're right, Ron Dane.
Well, Travis. I was right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, have you heard of Chris Gamble, who won a national championship at Ohio State, played wide receiver and cornerback for Ohio State? Have you heard of Adoree Jackson, played wide receiver and cornerback for USC? I thought it was going to be a receiver coming into the draft. Have you heard of Miles Jack, played linebacker, running back for UCLA? We all heard of this guy. Champ Bailey, played wide receiver and cornerback for Georgia. We heard of him, right? Shaq Thompson, he played linebacker, safety, and running back for the University of Washington. And Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson, right? He won the Heisman. Michigan, played wide receiver, cornerback, and won a natty, right? But what if I told you the list isn't done? What if I told you some guys that awards are named after play two ways? Jim Thorpe. That's given to the best DB in the country. He played both ways. Chuck Badnerick, best defensive player in the country. He played both ways. Dick Buckus, another best defensive player. I think he gets the best linebacker. Played linebacker and center. He played both ways. Bronco Nagurski, he played both ways. So that's just factually incorrect what Travis have said. We've seen guys play both ways, and we've seen guys who got named awards named after them play both ways. So yes, Travis, we have seen you before. Not to say that you have not been balling, because you have been balling like crazy. You have been doing really well on both sides of the football. But this is what I feel. You're trying to dim Ashton Genty's light on a record-breaking pace to shine a light on you, when in reality, you don't have to. You could have just said, we're both playing at a high level. I respect what Ashton Genty is doing, but I'm doing it on both sides. And that'd have been a cool response.
Yep.
But instead, you made it seem like what Ashton Genty doing is just regular. It's not. It's not at all. So that's my response to that. I 100% disagree with what Travis Hunter said.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tomo.
I just got one comment, because as I was going through the stats, and first of all, I looked at the wide receiver stats for Travis Hunter, and again, he's playing both sides. Currently, right now, he has 49 receptions and 587 yards, right? And then I just so happened to look up and say, who's in the top 5? And I was like, is that a Terp? I was like, shout out to Ty Felton, man. You know, with his 55 receptions, with his 55 receptions and 719. So I was just like, man, as a receiver, you know, you might need those 95 touches, because right now it's Herb doing his thing. But I only did that because my boy Carl on here. But outside of that,
top 5 that wins. Continue.
Hey, we are tied. So we are top 5 and being tied. There we
got
go.
a tiebreaker.
Hey, tie-dye. Anyway.
Ty Felton knows about MSU. Go ahead.
Hey, so many ties. Watch Ty show up. I would say watch Ty show up in the comments. But see, Joe, look, the neighbors are here. But do I agree with the statement? Nah, because even when you said it, I was like, why would you do that? I was going to say those exact words Carl would use, like, I respect what he's doing. He's having a great season, but at the end of the day, I'm doing it on both sides of the ball. Like, I'm making spectacular catches as a wide receiver, and I'm making spectacular plays on defense. He's making spectacular plays with the run ground, with the run game. Man, sheesh, said it 3 times. But that right there, just let you know that either way, my name is out there, because what Colorado versus what Boise is doing, I'm sorry, 200 yards in a football game and you ain't even finished the game. most of the time, that's just amazing. Like you got to get your ass
touchdowns on the ground.
no
He didn't play
fumbles.
that second half of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, with no fumbles, man. Like
Yeah, that's crazy. No fumbles.
That's the part. Also, before you go, Joe, I got one more thing to say is if nobody from his offensive line doesn't go high in the draft, I don't know what's going on because for the running back to be running that good, somebody's blocking. So all of them gonna eat.
They got a bet. Him and one of the offensive linemen got a bet. I forgot what it was though.
Bruh, Genty is running through people, running past people, running around people. It's not like he's just breaking long games because the holes are so wide open. But he's not going down. He's tough to bring down.
Yeah, and but yeah. So
one more stat. My fault, Joe.
Go ahead.
There was a stat I saw. I don't remember it verbatim, but it was like Ashton Genty leading the league in rushing, and it was like 2 running backs in front of Genty, behind Genty, and then Genty was 4th in yards after contact. His yards after contact is 4th in the country.
So you playing the Cowboys?
But to Travis Hunter, you know, like this is no shade to you or nothing like that. You know, like we still think you're a great player. But like you said, Carl, he kind of downplayed Ashton Genty to up his argument, which he don't really have to. Like, even though we seen what he's doing before, he could talk about just this year. Who's doing what he's doing this year? Like, right? In a Power 5, in a big conference, you know what I mean? He's in a big conference. He's not like he's playing like for Jackson State, you know what I mean? He's playing for Colorado.
Hey, hold on, brother.
So no, we don't say that's a difference though.
Oh, okay. I mainly went to Jacksonville State. You know how I give about Jacksonville State, brother. Go ahead, continue.
You know, so and also part of his argument, he had 2 games when he made impactful plays that kind of won him the game. He had that catch, that incredible catch that Shador threw it to him in the end zone, and he had that fumble that he forced in overtime. He could have brought that up. So like, he don't have to. And then I like to do my research too. I put it in the college football chat. He said if I had 95 catches, what would my yards be, right? You look at the players that's in the top 20 in yards and receiving, he's not even he's second, he's 19th. He's 19th in average and yards per catch within the top 20 of yards. So there are 18 other players that would have a higher average than Travis Hunter if they had the same amount of catches as him. My point is, like, that wasn't a good argument he put up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I agree, Carl. Comparing the running back's average to a wide receiver's average is ridiculous because your boy 10% per carry. I think Travis Hunter is like 12 per catch. He's only 2 yards above his your receiver.
He's a running back. That's insane.
So, but yeah, Travis, come on, man.
I mean, from
and Boise State ranked.
They're ranked top 20. They're like 17. We haven't seen this since Coach Peterson. We haven't seen this since the Statue of Liberty against Oklahoma. We haven't seen this since they beat Oregon and LeGarrette Blount did what he did after the game. We haven't seen this since the early 2000s to like the 2010s. This is an insane run that Genty's on.
Yeah, he got the bet with one of his offensive linemen. If he gets 2,000 yards, then the lineman has
if he don't
to
get it. Yeah, if he don't get it, he got to cut his dreads. I don't know what the lineman got to do.
He got to cut his dreads. If he don't do it, if he do it, the lineman has to get that tattooed on him. I think that he got 2,000 yards.
I'm not taking. Why would he do that?
He had to get as Genty got tattooed. Got to.
Yeah, I know. Why would the lineman do that? I don't. Cool. Cut your hair.
I get it because y'all hoping each other, right? Like you want him to get 2,000.
It's not even that. It's just like a tattoo so permanent.
Yeah, your hair can grow back. Like,
but that's cool though. You know, that's gonna be a Hall of Fame, right? That's
cool. I don't know if that's 10, 15 years later. Cool, but it is a college football Hall of Fame. Randy Moss got inducted, by the way.
Then again, you can explain that to your grandkids because they're gonna have technology back then, so they can go back and watch the games. They're like, my granddaddy used to block for Genty. You're like, you sure? And then you're gonna show them the tattoo. You're like, yeah, I'm sure. But going from one Colorado teammate to the next, I mean, based upon what you just said, that sounds like Genty definitely going in the top 10, possibly top 5, based upon if one team tanks.
He's a running back, so
I'm about to say it depends, man.
Hold on. Unless one team tanks for Genty, Dallas. But I'm just saying, they did it with Zeke. They might do it again. But either way, Shador, it's his time. Is Shador the best projected quarterback coming out in next year's draft? And if not, then who?
I want Joe to go first.
Then we go first.
What you gonna say? We know what
It's
you gonna say.
UCTC.
I know y'all. I know my answer. I feel like I know your answer. That's why I want you to go first.
I don't know your answer.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. Okay. Shador is the best quarterback coming out of this year's draft. Shador is the best quarterback in the country. Do you not see what Shador does with that terrible offensive line? He gets sacked. He got sacked, 6 times against Baylor, 5 times against Nebraska. He got sacked, against Kansas State, running for his life, making throws on the run. Now, he didn't make that one bad throw late in the game, but he runs for his life a lot of the time. I'm going to read off some completion percentages with him getting sacked. And it's not like Shador is throwing screens. He's pushing this ball down the field, mind you. Mm-hmm. North Dakota State, 76.5%. Nebraska, 60.5%. Running for his life. Man, he got killed that game. Colorado State, 73.5%. Baylor, 61%. He was running for his life that game. UCF, 80%, pushing the ball down the field, mind you. And K-State, the game they just played, 85%. Those are his completion percentages. Now, let's get into his numbers. North Dakota State, 26-34, 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Nebraska, 23-38, 244, touchdown and a pick. That was his worst game of the year. I think we can all agree with that. The Nebraska game was his worst game by far.
Yeah.
Colorado State, 36-49, 310 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Baylor, 25-41, 341, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Mind you, he threw a dot on the first Hail Mary that was dropped and came back and threw another dot on another Hail Mary after the drop. And then after that, we go to UCF, 13.5, 14.5 point underdogs. He goes 28-35, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Blows UCF out. And then the game they just lost to K-State, he goes 34-40, 388, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Defense just could not stop the run. They could not stop DJ Giddens until late in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Tomo.
I just want to ask you 2 questions. One question of 2 games. What was his completion percentage in those last 2 games you just said?
80% of UCF, 85% against K-State.
Look like another quarterback that's in the league right now, but I ain't gonna say too much.
Hey, my guy, right? My guy ain't getting sacked that many times though.
He ain't running for his life either.
He was at one.
He ain't throwing the ball 40 times a game either.
That is true, but Colorado don't got no run game. We all
they
know
this. They don't try to run the ball.
No, they do. It's non-existent.
It's like the
I'm sorry.
No,
they do try. They don't stick with it. I'll give you that.
That's what I mean.
Okay, then I give you that. They don't stick with it.
Running the ball is all about commitment.
Yeah, but come on, Joe. You watch the games. They might break one here and there, but the most part, they got to push the ball down the field.
They ran the ball good against
Colorado State. It was Colorado State.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But I say that to say, you see the accuracy on the run with Shador. He has immense arm talent. He pushes the ball down the field. He has a beautiful deep ball. There's some guys out there that are up there with him, but I think Shador has, to me, separated himself as the best quarterback in the country. Joe, I know your answer, bro. I'm done. Go ahead. I know your answer.
I'm waiting to hear Joe, too.
And you say he separated himself?
Huh?
You say he separated himself? Like, it's not even close?
I think to show that he's the best. Not like, I don't think it's like Shador and then y'all know who I got number 2. No secret. Quinn Ewers. I don't think it's like this, but I think it's like this.
I knew you had Quinn Ewers number 2. My bad. I think you had Cam Ward or something like that.
No, I got Cam at 3.
And then who for? Beckers?
No, Dylan Gabriel.
That's at Beckers. Carson Beck.
I know you meant. No, I got Dylan Gabriel at 4. I got Beck.
Oh, that's your boy.
But he's also like 24. So
36.
Leave Dylan Gabriel alone, bro. But Billy Edwards needs. No, I'm not gonna go that route. Go ahead, Joe.
See, it's hard to evaluate Shador to me. I think Shador will be. I think he will eventually get better. I think he'll eventually be way better because of the mentorship he has, who he has around him. Like he's working with Tom Brady, you know what I mean? So like he's going to eventually separate himself. But it's hard to judge because he literally throws the ball a lot more than everybody else to me. Except for Carson Beck, there's games when he throws the ball a lot too because they run the game all that either. They need to try run the ball ETN sometime. But I'm going to go with my guy right now. I'm going with my guy, but it's hard to. My guy, he got hurt and he came back. Last game he wasn't that good, fresh off an injury, and he's not asked to do as much as Shador. So I understand why you would say Shador. They don't have an offensive line. Their offensive line is terrible. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to say and fight you. I'm not mad at it. But I'm gonna go with Quinn Ewers though.
I knew it. That's why I wanted you to go first. I knew that was your answer. Duke just scored a pick six, by the way.
I'm like, what?
Duke just scored a pick six against Florida State to go up 7-3.
Like I'm not like this is like an unbiased because I think Shador is talented, but they throw the ball a lot, so he got a lot of opportunities. You're right, he do have a high completion percentage. I will give you that. My guy only played 4 games this year though.
That's true.
He didn't really play a lot of games this year because he got hurt. So like completion percentage 74%, 66, 87, and the last game was bad, 69, 20 for 29.
Which isn't even bad, by the way.
Huh?
Which isn't bad, by the way.
Compared,
Yeah, it's compared to him.
But then Texas got a great team. They got a really good offensive line, really good defensive line. They got receivers. They got running backs. I mean, like
y'all are down to what? Your second and third because your starter CJ Baxter's out for the year, and it don't even look like a drop off.
You know what I'm saying? So and then and this is right after the running backs go into the drive. This is right after the D tackles go into the drive. You know what I mean? Like they still top of the game. So
still mad about that.
Yeah, look, I mean, go ahead, Tom. My fault.
I'm still mad about that 1D tackle, but going off of what the question said.
Big sweat.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all for overshowing though. Shout out to y'all, Joe. I don't think you was mad. Yeah.
That's big old boy.
And Mark keeps talking about your creative player. But going off of what the question said, this is the best projected QB coming out. Now, all the stats that Carl read off make sense of why he is the best because his O-line is going to be terrible. Currently, right now, I think you have 5 or 6 teams that are tied for 2 teams tied for the number 1 pick. One of these teams is the Tennessee Titans. I don't think their O-line is that good, but they're coming together. So when you come into the league, you're basically getting drafted by a bad team. So him already having the experience of playing with a bad offensive line and still finding a way to make plays happen, I can see NFL teams saying this is the perfect specimen for us on our team because we don't have to really worry about one. He can work with the offensive line and he can grow with the offensive line. Quinn Ewers,
who was the tie with him?
The second team is the Los Angeles Rams. They both 1-4.
Dolphins, what's their record?
They got 2 wins.
Yeah, the Dolphins 2-3.
Who they beat?
I don't remember either. I remember looking at their record and saying they had 2 wins though.
Now y'all done got me looking at
They beat the Jags.
I know why you brought. They beat the Jags and the Patriots.
They beat. Wait, they came back and beat. Oh, that's right. Because the Patriots got screwed. Touchdown. That's right.
Yeah, they beat the Patriots. All right.
And I know why you brought up. The Dolphins because that's one of the teams that everybody say that you could potentially go to. But right now, if the draft
to go to,
who?
Joe.
I'm talking about the league. The league saying that Miami is one of the teams. Raiders because of his relationship with Tom Brady. But again, if the draft was to happen today, he would be going to one of those 2 teams. He would be in LA or Tennessee. I don't think the Browns will get him.
The Browns going.
The Browns 1-5.
I heard an interesting take that they got Deshaun Watson starting on purpose so they can tank.
All right, so I'm gonna make this quick because we try and cut back time. I agree with everything Carl was saying as far as him being the best prospect. The other 2 quarterbacks you can't go wrong with. I think this year's draft is gonna kind of look similar to last year's, where you got these 3 quarterbacks where it doesn't matter who drafts them, they're all gonna be good at some point. Like Drake May, the other guy in DC, and then the other guy in Chicago. But we got.
But you know what? Okay, Ravens. But look. You know what? The question is who's in the best quarterback now? It's the projected in the draft. I would draft Shador first. I said, his upside is so high to me. But go ahead.
So we're gonna read this out. Shout out to Ty. I told you Ty was gonna show up. He said Ty 3 times and he showed up. Shout out to my co-host, man, on In the Red Corner. Ty with the 199 super chat. Shout out to the best network. Hashtag Miami still trash.
It's crazy because Kev made Ty real life forget that Penn State's original rival was Maryland.
Donations.
Man, a lot of people from Central used to go to Penn State. Remember that, Tomo?
Yeah, that was like the Merlin. That was the Merlin team. I mean, that was the Merlin College. Everybody went there. It was either there or Eastern Shore.
They were like kind of a rival in the ACC.
Yeah, we're not there anymore.
ACC Big Ten, but
we moved on. He moved on to better pasture.
That would be cool to see Miami U against Penn
State.
State
Oh,
in the
give me
playoffs,
Miami.
but Penn State got to go to the playoffs first.
They undefeated. They number 4 in the country.
Are they number 4 in the country? My bad, child. My bad. I hope we see that. That would be dope.
They wouldn't play each other, but
Hold on. In the playoffs, they might not
first round, but yeah.
Miami 6, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't play each other.
They ranked higher than Miami. Tie strikes again.
Dave is gonna be so upset.
I'm sorry.
Dave is gonna be so
Shout
upset.
out to Chris.
Go ahead, I'll let you read that one, Joe.
Shout out to my man Chris. What do you call himself? Big Flocka?
Big Flock.
I said Flocka. My bad. I'm thinking about Kodak Black.
No, none of that.
But what I say?
With the $5 super chat.
$5 super chat.
There you go.
Still spinning his bag. And Dave, we trust. R2L over everyone. Hashtag Flockwick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we ain't see the quarter since.
I'm telling you, my man.
By the way,
He is good at what he do. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Shout out to the wellness center, man, and everything they have to offer outside of them shackles. We need them shackles on defense. That's all I'm gonna say. But back to the CTC talk, man. We got one more thing. I'm glad y'all brought up Miami. Because hold on, I didn't even see the comment. I gotta see the comment. Hold on.
That's funny.
All right, and we're gonna round it out with this one, man. We got a little conference talk, man. Who's more likely to win their conference? Texas or Miami?
You start with me again.
So
when I first saw this question, I instantly thought Texas, right? But then I said, let me look at the schedules. Texas remain in schedule. Georgia at home against Austin.
Check.
Then we got at Vanderbilt, which, hey, man, say what you want. Vanderbilt, hey, man, it's something special brewing in Nashville. Then Florida.
34-6. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're tripping.
There
Florida.
you go, throwing out scores again.
Hey, he was right. Oklahoma blew them out. But Florida, blowout. At Arkansas, teams have struggled to win in Fayetteville this year. Do I think Texas lose that game? No. But I think they might be in for a little rude awakening at Fayetteville. Then we got Kentucky, blowout. At Texas A&M again, in College Station, tough environment to play. Cal Field is no joke. Tough game. I think Texas edges this one out. Then we go to Miami schedule. Louisville. I forgot to write ats and not. Louisville, W. I got them being Louisville. I had them losing the offseason. I got them winning. Then we got Florida State. Have y'all seen Florida State lately? Duke.
You know, I might put the points plus 60 that game. Go ahead.
I don't know why you would do. You might want to do minus 60.
My man, minus 60. And y'all can tell I'm not better, man.
Duke. I gotta be in Duke, man. Duke just doesn't have enough offense for Miami. Georgia Tech. This might be the Georgia Tech game might be a trap game in my opinion. If Haynes King is back. If Haynes King is back, that might be a trap game with that offense. Now, defensively, Georgia Tech better, but not that good. That might be a trap game. I'll still go Miami in that one. I'm trying to look this. I forgot to write the homes and not for Miami schedule, so my fault on that. So Miami against Florida State at home. Miami Duke at home. Georgia Tech on the road. Trap game.
I know, right? Wow.
Wake Forest at home, easy W. And then Syracuse in that dome. I still think it's a tough environment, but Miami wins. Miami, to me, has the way easier schedule than Texas. It's already the ACC versus the SEC. SEC football is here. ACC football is bottom. It's the bottom of the group of four conferences. I think we all can agree.
That's why we left. Go ahead.
You shouldn't have.
Continue.
You might have had a better chance. But Miami is my pick. If Miami wins out and goes undefeated, they'll see a Clemson team. Oh, my Lord. What is that?
The turtle.
Please punt that.
Who got blown out by Georgia? Go ahead.
Hey, again, SEC, ACC. Let's keep that in mind. They will have to face Clemson if Clemson wins out, right? They don't face Clemson in the regular season. Now that's looking like the potential ACC matchup. As good as Clemson defense is, and how as bad as Miami's defense has been playing, I don't think Clemson puts up enough points to be Miami. I think Miami can run it up on Clemson. I do have Miami edging that game out. Now, we go to Texas. I have Texas going undefeated, which, spoiler alert for the episode at 8:30. Sorry. But if Texas, even if they went out, they would either have to see Georgia or Bama. Georgia would be twice. It's already hard to beat a team twice. And then you say it's Georgia or Bama, who, yes, they lost to Vandy. But again, I keep saying it's not the same old Vanderbilt. But Bama do have issues that they need to get fixed by at least the SEC championship game if they make it. Is it out of bounds to say even if Texas wins the first matchup, Georgia wins the second one? No. So off that, my pick is Miami. Just because the road is much easier. Texas may have to play Georgia twice. That's not a gimme. That's not a layup. That could be an L. So I'm going to roll with Miami.
And look, by the way, Vanderbilt ain't making it to the SEC championship.
Right. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Hold on, they undefeated in the SEC though, Joe.
They got
I don't know. Let me look at the rest of the schedule while you go.
It don't matter because once we beat them, they're gonna fall behind Alabama and Georgia, even with Georgia's second loss.
No, they'll be in front of Georgia still.
You think so? Oh, you know what? It's based on conference play only.
Yeah, it's conference only.
Okay, and it's not okay. It's based on your. Okay, you're right. I'm tripping. It's not based on the ranks. It's based on your.
Nah, it's off conference, strictly conference record.
Yeah. Okay. You might be right then. Cause they beat Alabama.
Did that game.
So they already got the tiebreaker.
Ooh.
And then if y'all beat Georgia, Georgia will have 2 losses in the SEC. So even if y'all do beat them, they got the 1 game lead.
They got to win out after us.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the schedule while you go.
Okay, Vanderbilt.
You don't want to see Diego Pavia twice?
I don't care who we see twice.
Okay.
We're going to see somebody twice.
Tell him, Joe. Diego, Carmen, San Diego, it don't matter. Texas.
You definitely don't want to see Diego Pavia.
I'm talking for Texas, all right? Did you hear that, Turtle?
Texas in 13. 13 wins, and then we going to the playoffs.
Hey, Carl.
That's what we do. I'm telling you, it's going to be an undefeated season.
I got you on an undefeated regular season too.
No, Carl. I don't think you heard me.
Do you think it's an undefeated natty season?
Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
You went in the natty. Come on now. They put us in the SEC in the best conference. Can Texas get there and take over? Yes, we can. That's what we're going to do. Who the big dog?
Right now it's Bama. Well,
it is Bama.
Off last year.
Last year. But we don't play Bama this year.
Yeah.
But Bama already know about us from last year. They already know about us. So.
Oh, y'all did win.
Y'all convincingly too.
Y'all went 1-1 though.
Against Bama? We ain't lose to Bama. Lost to Michigan.
No, not last year. I'm talking about it was a series. Y'all went 1-1. With Bryce Young, y'all lost, and then y'all beat Jalen Milroe the year after.
Bryce Young, we didn't have Quinn Ewers. Quinn got hurt. And we only lost by 1 point. Come on now, Bama don't want to see us, bro.
Still a loss, bro.
Hey, look, see, Tomo, I got some little college knowledge. I got
the only thing I'm sitting over here noticing is all I should have did what Joe did. I should have hitched my wagon to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, what?
What?
I didn't Joe do that. Joe didn't watch the sport.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I just knew Quinn Ewers.
I should have just said, "Ooh, who's the quarterback?" All right.
And Quinn Ewers was the first guy that I picked, though. I like Jordan Travis, but Carl made me. He didn't make me, but he told me to go watch Jordan Travis. I went out my way and I watched this game. I'm like, oh, stop this dude.
I really told you to watch Jaden Daniels. He just happened to be in the same game.
Yeah, he told me to watch the game. Shout out to Jaden. Hey, and then look how the world works. Bro, right? Look, that's not. Now it's my guy, JD5. Woo!
Let's go, Shador. Let's go.
Yeah, y'all locked up for another 4 years.
Who?
Yeah.
That.
Oh, y'all talking about, I'm not talking about the quarter. I'm talking about my college team right now. Let's go, Shador.
But that's everybody college team now.
I went with the crowd so I could blend in.
Man, get out of here. You're
that's
so
why I got on black today.
You can't escape it. You can't escape it, bro. Maryland had on black jerseys last Friday when they lost. That's why you got on black.
No. They didn't have on. They didn't have. So you know what? Let's go to the quick news, man. Hey, Carl. First things first, man. We want to say thank you for coming on and doing the CTC segment. I believe we're going to have this going forward.
Yes.
What just happened?
Good.
So I just looked up Vanderbilt's schedule. They could potentially go to the SEC championship. It's a little tough. They got LSU on the road. That's probably gonna be flexed at night, so that's gonna be tough because LSU at night, weird things happen at LSU at night, man. That team is tough to beat, and then they play Tennessee, but they play Tennessee in Nashville, not at Rocky Top. So Vandy could very well use that game, win that game. Tennessee's offense has been a struggle bus of late. They're not able to attack downfield like they were in the first half of the season. Now, some people might say because of competition they played. Some people might say Nico Imalev needs to get back on track. I kind of tend to lean the way of competition level. That's just me. And then they play Auburn right after Texas, which Auburn. Peyton Thorne, man. He's going to throw a pick. He's going to throw 2 picks. He's going to throw the game away. One of those 3 options Peyton Thorne is going to do. As a Michigan State fan, trust me, I know. If it wasn't for Kenneth Walker, we wouldn't have won 10 games with Peyton Thorne at quarterback. We had Peyton Thorne at quarterback with Kenneth Walker, Jaden Reed, Jalen Naylor, and Keon Coleman, and lost to Purdue. So do with that if you will. South Carolina after Auburn, that's a good game. South Carolina could win it, but it's going to be tough for them to stop Pavia in that run game. They could very well be in play for the SEC title game.
Did South Carolina win last week? They lost, right?
No, they lost. We lost to Alabama by 2.
Yeah, that's right. I lost to Alabama. But y'all had it close for a second, though.
We should have possibly won that game. Once you got that onside kick, I thought we had it, and then the offense went backwards.
How you get 2 teams? But I can't have 2 teams.
Because first of all, I graduated from MSU. And secondly, I got it. Huh?
No, I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
I was a South Carolina fan growing up. I graduated from MSU, and I actually got accepted into South Carolina's master, not undergrad, but master's program.
Okay. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, make some noise for that.
Yes, sir.
I got accepted to ITC Tech, but I ain't got no football team. Talk about
no, right. Devine got one either.
It's like, yeah, look out
I've
for
explained that story like multiple times.
I know. Carl, we got new people follow us every day.
That's true.
You know
Dudes are kind of crazy, but without the backstory, you're right.
And you did a whole CTC block, so now they know what to expect when they go over there and see CTC. Because I'm telling you, you wasn't on here yesterday, but I gave you your flowers. I'm gonna give them to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky from In the Red Corner called me and told me, he said he watches CTC before he places his bets, because of how informal and detailed you are with which team and how you got them winning. So first things first, I want to say hats off to you for all the hard work that you do. You show us your notes and everything in the background. And when you do your preseason previews, we just did this randomly with the NFL. So I know how it was kind of easy because it's the NFL. For you to do it with college, man, hats off, man. Hats
I know
off.
he did like the whole conference.
Yeah.
We struggling to do one team. Like,
you see my
the whole schedule?
Thanks.
Touchdown. They're up 14-3 against Florida State.
Yeah, and Chris said Carl the Wizard with the college pick so far.
Telling you, man.
Minus 3.5 is plus money.
People watching.
So if y'all here right now, make sure you subscribe to CTC. They got another episode coming up in 30 minutes. They're talking about the Texas and Georgia game. What else are you going over on that episode, or that's it?
It's just a standalone game. The rest of the previews will either be tonight, probably at halftime of either Nevada plays Fresno State, or halftime of, why do I forget the 10-15 game? Oregon playing Purdue right now. Who's the other game? I forgot. Hold on, let me go my previews. I forgot, man. I can't believe I always do this. There's always one I forget. It is BYU Oklahoma State.
There we go.
And you pick BYU.
Of course. They're going to stop the run. They're too physical. Ollie Gordon's not going to get much going. Alabama's probably going to throw 2 picks.
See, that's why we call him the Carmanac. So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to Carl Talking College. Hey, Carl, have you been tuned into the WNBA Finals?
I watched game 1. I didn't watch 2 and 3. Not even gonna lie. Okay. Well, I'll say, it is quick news, Joe. You want Carl to stay on, or Carl, you want to get ready for the show?
We can do quick news real quick.
All right, let's knock this out, man. Well, we already know what's been happening because we got baseball, football, preseason NBA. But we got the finals going on in the WNBA, and you got the Minnesota Lynx versus the Liberty. Right now, the New York Liberty lead the series. They are up 2-1. But Joe, I just want to give you one quick little tidbit before we react to this right quick. You know the Lynx are 16-4 in home games, but did you also know that the Liberty are 16-4 on the road?
And they're on the road today.
Yeah, and it's maybe a closeout game, but they need Minnesota to win it. Your reaction, because I know we both was watching that last game.
So far it's been a battle. I like the fact that Nafisa is guarding Breonna Stewart, and Breonna is somewhat guarding her too. I like to see that, two greats guard each other. Nafisa also broke the record with the most playoff points this year. She had passed Diana Taurasi, but I hope it go to Game 5. I do want to see another game of this. We, like you said, we both watched our last game. Minnesota was up the whole game. Literally, they were strapping. Like I'm talking about, like New York couldn't do nothing. But then they rallied in the second half. Breonna Stewart went crazy like she does, and Sabrina got hot. So it's been very entertaining. It's good to see the ratings going up because first when Caitlin Clark got eliminated, it kind of dipped, but now it picked back up now. So it's good to see that, and I'm glad that they moved it to 7 games too.
Yeah,
For next year.
So they definitely need to do that, and these games have definitely been doing their thing. I would say the one shocker outside of once Caitlin got eliminated was the dip, but also the Aces losing too. Like a lot of people were ready. They thought they just had it in a bag this season. Granted, this season was a little up and down. Go ahead.
Another thing, because her winning Aja Wilson, her winning MVP back to back, it's kind of like hands down, she's the best player. People gonna have second thoughts of that after this finals. Because she just won Defensive Player of the Year, and she almost won MVP. And if they win the WNBA Finals, and if Minnesota win and upset Liberty,
just saying, man. Look, I was always one of them people that talked about the super teams, but it looks like New York still finding a way to stand strong out of that whole super team movement that the WNBA was pushing. But Minnesota
got a little super team too now.
No, that's what I'm saying. That Minnesota team ain't no joke. And when I looked up, I seen a familiar face over there. I said, I know that ain't my girl. Is that Hans Allen? I said, that ain't Josh Allen's sister. I said, they got a mystic. They trying to win it. You already know I was bringing to the table. So again, I need Minnesota to win it tonight to bring it to so right after that, we can have one of the best games in the finals right now. So that's my recap on that. Let's get these final words. Oh, one more thing. Hats off to you ladies, though. Y'all are balling. Like, that game was intense.
Carl, do you want to say something?
I mean, like I said, I watched game 1, and that was a magical comeback by the Lynx. I didn't see it happening. They were able to pull it off. Shout out to Courtney. Was it Courtney Williams who hit the and 1-3? That was clutch. And then Big Field late in the overtime sealed it with a fadeaway. That was a really great game. But if you're the Lynx, you could not drop that game 3. I understand you got game 1, you got the lead, but in that fashion for real. But you got to take advantage and you got to close that one out, and they did not. So that sucks. And by the way, I did early in the regular season say that my sleeper team was the Minnesota Lynx. Dave as my witness. So
yeah,
you called it, and look where they at now.
And the Fisa was hurt. She didn't get injured.
But I said it before that, but yeah.
No, I'm saying like, and they still made it to the WNBA Finals. That's good. They were treading water without her. My last words. Shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the whole R2 family. Shout out to Shout out to CTC. Carl, that was great, man. Great segment.
Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to for us doing this on the regular. Shout out to you, Tomo. Shout out to Dave.
Something happened in the game. Told you.
Yeah. Okay. In baseball, we also gonna try to get Teddy to come on here because next week, the next Friday is the first game of the World Series. So at the latest, we're gonna try to get Teddy on Thursday.
Will the Yankees be there?
We'll see. They up 2-1. They got the Guardians tonight. The Guardians, they ended that game. That game was so good last night at the end. Shout out to the Mets. They up 12-0. They up 12-6 on the bottom of the 8th. So they trying to force a game 6. All right.
Ohtani gonna close it out game 6. Don't you worry.
Ohtani disappointed me last night, man. Like even though the game was out of reach. No.
He started with a leadoff bomb.
No. He did good. I'm talking about this one moment. Like I'm watching the game and I'm like, I want to cut it off because the matches look horrible. And then bases loaded. Ohtani gets to the play. I'm like, okay, Ohtani, knock this out the park. He got struck out. I was like, come on,
I told you, Ohtani be swinging that bat, bro. He be swinging.
But his average is higher when there are people.
Yeah,
on
it's
base
crazy.
versus,
Yeah, running his average in the postseason is ridiculous right now.
Yeah, but Ohtani, bro, and then every time he gets to the plate, the crowd is like you could feel like this dude about to just knock out the park.
Ohtani, man.
So it's good to see, but the Mets are up right now 12-6. I picked the Mets and the Guardians to get to the World Series. So the Mets is keeping me alive. Sorry, Carl, for picking the Guardians.
I know, bro.
Sorry, bro. So, but yeah, but I do want to see Dodgers and Yankees. That's like if I want to be entertained, Dodgers and Yankees. It was what I want to see. But Commanders. Come on, man. Dale Green retiring the jersey. The Panthers are coming to town. Deontay Johnson probably won't play. Let's put these boys out, man. Let's make a statement. Let's go out there and take our anger from losing to the Ravens on these Panthers. You know, so I'm excited to watch the game. We play out 4, so I'm kind of mad about that. And yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, my basketball team. Let's get this done tomorrow, y'all. Let's get this done tomorrow. Let's make a statement.
Last preseason game, right?
What you talking about?
No, he's talking about his real team. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about the men's league?
Yeah, my men's league. Also, Sacramento. I did an episode on Kings Talk earlier today at 5. Make sure you go check that out. First game Thursday against Minnesota. Let's get this done.
Go ahead, Carl.
Oh shoot, I forgot. I did not get my last words. As always, I appreciate y'all for having me on the show. You know, I gotta start off with that. CTC, like Tomo and Joe have said, what I got spazzed for? 8:30. Me and Joe gonna talk Texas, Georgia, standalone game. I kind of wanted to do this for every chat game, but kind of disappointed at the lack of back and forth for USC Penn State. I'm not gonna lie. But
especially Ty and Teddy, right?
Yes, I thought it was gonna be electric. But
hey, I've been barking all year about Georgia.
Yeah, Joe definitely has. He's been waiting for this game. But we got the joint CTC 8:30. Then we got the preview for Saturday, which should be electric. Michigan State takes on Iowa, night game. Looking for revenge, lost last year. Better offense this year. Hopefully Aiden just remembers to throw to the MSU players. And then we got another game, LSU, Arkansas. Also be on the lookout. I am starting on my YouTube shorts. Every Friday, I will have a dog of the week. It was funny. I called Joe right when they had their dog of the week yesterday on R2. I said, man, that's crazy. I was thinking the same thing, but on YouTube shorts. So there's that. But that's all I got. I got some other last words for Monday though. If Trent show up.
Ooh, I forgot about that battle.
Okay,
and look, November 30th, we got Maryland and Penn State.
Ooh, Tomo don't care though. Yeah, Tomo told me that since he seen Wale at practice, he do not care.
I told you in the off season.
We got Maryland USC this week. What's up?
Tomo don't care.
Who?
And Teddy USC.
Who?
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna beat them. It don't matter.
3-3. There you go.
We're gonna beat Penn State too. I don't know how.
They 3. Bro, y'all neighbors in college football. They 3-3 also.
I just said something about Penn State. I had to stop myself. You right. Teddy is my neighbor, but he won't trade with me in fantasy football, so I don't have many words with him. I don't understand. Y'all might win by 50. It might be 55. I don't know. But my last words. Go ahead. What you about to say, Carl?
I was about to say Wale them took Tomo's whole spirit for the season away.
The moment I seen
him, he literally said that.
What they did, off season. He was there during the off season training camp, and he was doing videos and all that. I said, bro, it's gonna be a long year. It's gonna be a long year, Carl. I said, long as we beat y'all. And look what happened.
He said the moment I seen Wale, he said I was ready for the season. Then I seen Wale at practice.
I almost unfollowed the church because of it. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? You need to focus.
They showing Wale a lot for us now in the Commanders.
And y'all won the game, so I don't know. He might have took the mojo.
But it's not just Wale, it's KD and all that stuff. KD was like, Wale barking. KD like, can we just win and like let's go in and cut and stop talking about it. Like that's a KD like.
All right, see, KD is my type of fan right there.
So look, all right, I'm gonna give y'all my backstory for my last words as far as what I mean by the Wale disdain. Okay, first things first, I want to shout out to the superstar members. Shout out to all of our members, but shout out to the superstar members: Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, and you, because we getting members and we don't even. YouTube, you gotta let us know, man, so we can shout these people out, man. Yeah, I gotta let us know. You know what I'm saying? But the Wale disdain comes from this team back here. Okay, you see this team back here? Who is it? When the Wizards were winning playoff games, Wale found a way to just entrench himself with the team and have a rivalry with Drake when we was beating the Raptors up. But he also said that he was gonna make jerseys for the Wizards. We never got the jerseys. He never showed up with the jerseys. We beat the Raptors. I think we swept the Raptors. It was just so much. I'm like, bro, that was broken promises. Anyway, that's where that comes from. And we lost the very next series that he guaranteed us to win. It's like, see what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that?
Right after?
I think it was. And guess who we opened the season with this year? The Boston Celtics. So
Dang.
again. What you mean? We're going to beat them. We're going to beat Boston.
They about to get their rings too? Dang.
We're gonna beat Boston.
It's in Boston. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
neighbor.
No,
Boston,
it's in DC.
yeah.
It's in DC.
Oh, they first game in DC?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all first game.
It's their first game. I'm about to say it might not be Boston's first game.
It's our first game in
y'all
DC,
playing-
October 24th. What?
Y'all probably play them on the
Yeah,
back.
Boston first game Tuesday night against the Knicks at home.
Hey, and we gonna beat them on Thursday. I ain't
They have first game
guaranteeing
on
it.
Thursday? Dang. Usually they do the main call on Tuesday and everybody's on Wednesday. They got y'all on.
Yeah.
Oh, we on Thursday too. Dang.
Yeah, come on, Joe. You don't know my time. Let's get out of here, man, because CTC got to start up. I just want to say shout out to the members once again. And again, shout out to the Cowboys for having a bye week. Let's get out
I
of
get
here.
to chill.
Florida State had a quarterback change.
Bounce again? Oh no, the other quarter got hurt.
No,
Right?
yeah, DJ got hurt, and then
Oh.
Glenn just got pulled.
Dang. Some people say he might be better, but that's not. But yeah. But all right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.